Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. There are many successful black men. Now, I know I have ladies of all races and ethnic backgrounds that listen, but I wanted to address this particularly to black women, particularly foundational black American women. Because, you know, women, honestly, the sisters from the Caribbean and Africa tend to get this a little bit better. In South America and stuff, tend to get this idea better, Europe, you know. But this is an issue particularly within the foundational black American community. And it's just a thought that there aren't enough successful black men, but there's actually plenty. Now, is it every single one? No, but in no community is every single man like successful. But there is still a whole lot. There's a whole lot because this is something I've seen for a while. I remember over 20 years ago, I wrote an article about successful black men and, you know, their issues in finding the right mate. And I had a lot of women come against me, push back against it. They were like, they don't exist. Because I used 3 examples in there, and, you know, I said, yeah, I used the word fictional and said, yeah, they don't exist. I said, no, actually they do. I use the word fictional just not to put them out there like that. It's a writer's thing, you know. But they still existed, but some people still challenged it. Even now, I remember I did a couple videos on my men's channel. Like I did one about, you know, talking about many successful black men are low key. And I gave the reasons. And I still had a couple women came on there and they were like, God, these guys don't exist. These guys don't exist. But the thing is, they do. They do. And that's it's one of the saddest things I've seen, you know, in a community, foundational black American community. And I'm just using that just as, we could say African American, foundational black American community. I don't like the other term because I don't like any term with the word slavery in it. Yeah, my ancestors were Maroons. So anyway, the thing is when you think about that and you have that attitude, if you're a sister looking for a successful man, you're already hurting yourself anyway if you're thinking they don't exist. They exist. Now, they might not be where you're hanging out at, and I've talked about that before. If you want that successful type of man, you got to go where they're going to be at. And there's plenty, because, and I'm saying this, so you understand something. When I'm talking to y'all, understand, my main channel is the men's channel. I've talked with several African-American men. You talk to them, well-educated. You know, some of them follow me on IG so I can see what they look like. They're in good shape. Now, as a man, I can't judge what their faces look like, but they do like the barbers bless them. They don't look totally jacked up. You know, they got that beard game going. If they bald, they make sure the beard's right, everything clean and everything. They at least that. And then you find out what they doing. Real estate agents, attorneys, a few doctors, businessmen, and everything. They got all the stuff, but they don't have that one mate. See, here's the thing, too. There's many who are single because they're not trying to do the player thing. Yeah, you do got some who are players. You do, but that's a tiny percentage. In fact, I did a video on my men's channel. I said most black men are not players. Most black men just want to, they don't even have to be supermodel of the world or something. They just want a decent woman they can come home to. And a whole lot of them, even though there's a lot of successful black men, a lot of them who might date interracially, there's a whole lot who don't and don't want to. And they've said it. I've known some successful brothers. You even suggested to them they look at you like you're crazy and stuff. And fortunately for those brothers, they were able to find a good woman, good sister. But the whole point is they out there. But one of the frustrations I'm getting from them is they're treated like they're pariahs or that they don't exist or that there's a problem. Or they dealing with some women. Let's go back to my last podcast, who don't love themselves. And these men seriously think they got something going on. but you're not showing it. See, here's the thing. The first thing you got to have is an abundance mentality. There's plenty out there. There are plenty out there. And also get off that whole, or what they got to be doing for a living. Like, let me address that real quick. Let me address that, because you get a lot of women talking about, well, you know, he got to be educated. He got to be on my level. Yeah, he doing that blue collar work. There was a brother I grew up with. Now, he was tall. He was about 6'3". So he was tall, highly intelligent. I mean, highly intelligent. Well, a few human beings I'll say is definitely more intelligent than me. He'll score high on an IQ test than me. Yeah, I'm conceited about that. And yeah, high score, I'll put it that way. Anyway, so highly intelligent, well educated and stuff. He has a very successful business cleaning carpets. Now, somebody say he married and everything. Married, got a beautiful wife and daughter, and stuff. And he came from a very good family. His father was one of my surrogate fathers. His father was one of my surrogate fathers, and a very successful black man himself, right? But this particular brother, he decided he made a conscious decision. He wanted to do carpet clean because his conscious decision was creating a black business. And I mean, he can do all types of blue collar work. He just made the decision. And that's the thing. And that's what I'm gonna bring that point up. Don't if a man's successful, don't get caught up in what he do for a living. I knew an electrician. In fact, I rented a home from an electrician who had several properties. Like several properties. He had to get property management. He had to hire a management firm to like take care of all the properties. He had so many. You know, had rented from another guy. He had been like a transportation driver and stuff. He owned like 20 homes. Like, don't get caught up into like what they do for a living. Success is success. And there's plenty of them. And even if you want to limit it just to degreed professional brothers, there's a whole bunch of them. That's one thing I've seen over the years. Just over the years to this minute. There's a whole bunch of them out there, and they just want one good woman. They ain't trying to be player and stuff. And I've talked to some women who might have known these guys. They'll say the guys, the guys were handsome and all of that. But the thing is, if you're not going to see them, period, if you have the attitude, they don't exist. There's plenty of them. There are plenty of them, And if you have that attitude that they don't exist, well, okay. Don't ask for something if you don't think it's there. But if you start with the attitude, they there, and then learn to figure out where they're at. Now, somebody say, well, where they at? Go to the better parts of town. Shit. Go to the better parts of town or something. Shit, go to the, I remember in D.C., people might remember, somebody from D.C. might remember if they're listening, Zanzibar on the waterfront. And I remember I did a book signing in their exclusive lounge, VIP lounge. And it was nothing but brothers in there, money-making brothers. They had to make good money just to be in that section. They had to make good money just to be in that section. And most of them were single, Most of them were single. So they were there. So anyway, there's plenty. So just have that abundance mindset, okay? They are there. If you don't see them, you need to change your locales. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I want y'all to really think about that. And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.